Good day and welcome. Thank you for joining me today. Continuing my baseball season. Here's my calendar. It's all full of the wins, you know. Gonna have one more game against Atlanta. And then we're on to the Yankees, all in Toronto. And Baltimore. I don't know if I'll get the Baltimore one tonight, but I'll be able to get some Yankees in at least. So here we go. That's the newest game, so view organizations games. Play. Okay, play. And play. And I guess we're using Ryu. Nobody subbed out, so let's hit some homers. 39-0 is our record. Hey, Carrie, I'm doing good. Thank you. How are you? Happy Friday. Is it Friday today? Yeah, it's Friday. Sometimes, you know, the week goes by so quickly. Open up my Dr. Pepper here. Nothing like a good Dr. Pepper. Just about ready to go. All right. Today's starter, Hyunjin Ryu. Comes into this sporting a Hyunjin Ryu. He's been pretty great for most of his career. Can't wait to watch him in this one. So the sound is okay. I didn't have to redo my camera today, which was nice. Ready to go. Now in for the Braves, Michael Harris. In the last couple of days I had to redo my camera. What game? This is the show 23. Felt like playing some baseball. I'm going to be going to a baseball game live in person in the near future. Up the middle. Not in time, and he reaches. Oh, I got to the base. That's staying within his game right there. I mean, this so, you know, I got to get warmed up, get all familiar with the sport. Do some damage. I love seeing what guys like this can do to disrupt the game. Once they get in a position to do I messed up because I didn't really realize it wasn't charging the throw. Now the number 2 That's going to be, I think it'll be nice, you know, get to visit other things in the city and stuff like that. I'm going to go to a water park, amusement park, water park. Go to some restaurants and kind of want to go on that big wheel. You know, they have Ferris wheels in the harbor of the city. And strike 2. There we go. Stephanie, thank you for liking. Much appreciated. Your phone is about to die. Oh no. Throw it over here. The 0-2. I'm good, thank you, Stephanie. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Had him out. Got him. It becomes pretty difficult as a teammate. How are you? Like this, you don't know if you want to go up and tell him to keep swinging it, or if you want to give him his space, what exactly he needs. But right now, it's clearly a struggle for him, and you're just hoping that somehow, some way, it'll click and he can get out of this as quickly as possible. Ball up here, eh? Here's Austin Riley. And there's the strike. He's a good high school football player, Austin Riley. But you look at the build, you think quarterback, think maybe even linebacker. No, he's a Gary, thank you for liking. Much appreciated. You're tired? Oh, no. Long day at the office, I guess, eh? I'm just using that as an expression. I know that you don't actually work in an office. He swings and fouls one off. Long day doing whatever it is you did today, I guess. Got it by him for the K. Got him. Well, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts, so
They haven't been able to move that runner up, get him into scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you,
I'm tired too.
so far on the mound. He just needs one more out.
So tired. I know you don't work at all. That's why I said I was just using it as an expression. Fire Devil, thank you for liking.
Swing and a ground ball out to short. Whips it to first. They get the out.
Oh, good thing I got the guy there because I had somebody on base.
Now the Blue Jays will get their chance.
Here's the back wall.
It's Major League Baseball and it's on the show.
I went to A&W and had an Uncle Burger.
Now in Toronto, getting the nod in this
with no onions. And I tried one of those slushy like A&W root beers and French fries.
Having the comforts of being at home and having the fans behind them, but this guy seems to thrive in adversity and being in some
pretty good
environment. So when you have a player like this on your team,
you got a little burger to end the week, you know.
Really like your chances away from your home ballpark.
And that one fouled off.
You like A&W? Oh, I missed. Can you believe it?
Muscle up a little bit. He's trying to hit the ball a mile. Got to make sure that he stays within himself so that those mechanics can allow him to hit the ball a long way.
Fights it off.
Oh, foul ball again.
And the 0-2. In the air.
That's a good hit, I think.
It one hops off the wall. Should be extra base.
Well, thank you, Fire Devil.
Good play out there to cut it off.
I'd say a mistake pitch in an
Wit made it. Now I can steal.
Hit right there. You have to expand the zone. Keep that leadoff man.
Wonder if they'll let me steal.
Here's Kevin Kiermaier. 3 for 10 in the series so far. Merrifield on the move. Pitch in for a strike. Throw to second.
Oh, I stole.
When your catcher's not a great thrower,
I stole, man.
Controlling the running game, and that's throwing over, that's stepping off, doing whatever you can to try to keep that base stealer's rhythm off. Well, they weren't able to do it right there. They're going to have to make some type of adjustment, or guys are going to be running all game.
Kicks and fires.
Oh, I can't believe I missed.
Boom, that's cheddar, baby.
Merrifield at second with nobody out.
Late.
Foul ball. It stays 0-2.
Do.
Base hit. That was smoke through the infield. And they get it in quickly. First and third now.
Get homemade fish fillet, pasta salad, dessert, Tim Hortons, campfire s'mores, ice cream. I didn't know Tim Hortons had campfire s'mores ice cream.
Got a pitch he liked and he got it done. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Bo Bichette up to the dish.
All right, Bo.
And first offering is fouled off.
But you do like A&W. Do you have a favorite burger you get there? Cheeseburger?
As he tries to extend his hitting streak.
Probably.
Runners on the corners, no outs. On the ground, 2
Oh, good.
Scores easily, and it's 1-0.
I'll expect a back and forth this entire game because of how good.
I was at the store.
And it'll be George Springer to step to the plate. Definitely a factor in the series with 5 hits and 4 runs batted in.
Let's see what happens if we try to steal from second.
Here's the pitch. It's a double steal. That's in for a strike. And the throw, he's out at third.
Oh, we got the guy to second.
And a pitch. Late swing fouled off. Chris George Springer, a Connecticut native, in fact, played his college ball at UConn.
Oh, you don't have a favorite A&W?
By the Astros in 2011, and he helped lead the Astros to the World Series in 2017. Now a fly ball to right center. And it's caught. Out number 2. Albies. Relay to third. He's in there.
Batting fifth, the first baseman.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Swinging it well in the series so far. He's 5 for 9.
He's got a pink bat.
Base hit. In to score is the runner from third, and they take a 2-run lead.
Now, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep.
I thought Kevin Kiermaier would be able to steal that base more efficiently than the other guy.
With 5 RBIs on 5 hits in the series coming in. That's hard hit in the line. Harris.
Oh, they got me.
On the run.
They got me, man.
But 2 runs for him, and they jump ahead. We move to the second in Toronto. Blue Jays 2, and the Braves nothing.
Hot here, I tell you. Holy crap, man. 24 right now.
And now it's Travis d'Arnaud at the plate. He's sitting on 99 career homers. We'll see if this is the moment to notch number 100.
Possibly thinking about home run number 100 here. He's just one shy of that milestone.
I didn't mind the suggested pitch.
Back to work. Swing and a miss as he was late.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot.
To first, 1 out in the second.
The first baseman, Matt Olson.
Here is Matt Olson. When you think about the best defensive first baseman in the game,
Mets win 8 straight games.
Conversation. He's won multiple Gold Gloves over there, and it seems like he picks everything.
One of those guys that the infielders love because he makes that third baseman, shortstop, and second baseman even better, saving those errors.
Jansen takes it in for the out, and there's 2 down.
There we got him.
The second baseman, Ozzie Albies.
Ozzie Albies up to the plate. A switch hitter batting right. And that's in there for strike 1.
Like all my pitchers, eh? Boonk, boonk. Boonk, boonk. That's my drum noise.
And that skips in the dirt.
This lineup's going to have to find a way to make him work a little harder out there on the mound. I mean, he is just mowing them down. He's settling in. You got to make him uncomfortable. Maybe step out of the box, call timeout, do whatever it takes.
On to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. And the Braves go down quietly, and they're down 2-0. Welcome back. Bottom of the second. Now it's the Toronto designated hitter, Brandon Bell.
All right, Brandon Bell. I think they have pink bats because it's Mother's Day in the game or something.
Timeout asked for and given at the plate now. And a pitch. And a foul ball. Saying he wasn't very sharp in the first, got hit around a little bit, just wasn't able to locate particularly well. A lot of stuff for the fat part of the plate.
Oh, I missed.
Adjustments need to be made. Sometimes it's location, sometimes it's being too predictable. Sometimes you're tipping your pitches. He's going to need to figure it out quickly, though. Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
The wind and the pitch. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. And the righty deals. Gets a
Oh, another
piece,
foul, eh?
0-2. Here comes a pitch. Foul ball still 0-2.
We're going to wear out their pitcher.
High fly ball, pretty well struck out towards right center. Way back there. That one is gone.
Gone!
Brandon Belt goes deep, and they add on. It's 3-0.
After all that work, eh? That pitcher.
He came out of his shoes on that one, but managed to keep his mechanics intact long enough to get to the
That's
ball.
really high up.
And it went a long way.
Now it's Matt Chapman, 4 for 8 in the series so far. Chapman gets a piece there.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning.
How many? I'm 39-0. How many games are in the season?
Hit pretty well in the air out to center. Harris has a beat on it. Brings it in.
Like, really, I think I'm like Sunday or something like that. I'm a couple days ahead of current date.
5 for 8 in the series, so he's been hot. Slapped foul. Ground ball up the middle. Oh, what a stop. Over to first.
Oh, they got me.
It's a great play for the out.
Man, oh man, that ball was absolutely smoked. Triple-digit exit velocity, dives, and I'm just shocked that the ball stayed in his mitt. Looked like he was going to put a hole in his glove.
Getting the use out of the game pass, that's for sure.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Blue Jays lineup. Whit Merrifield up to the plate. And he
missed.
and misses at the initial offering. And he deals. And fouled off.
Alexa, how many baseball games are in a season?
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2.
Oh. Not even a part of the way, man.
Out towards left center. Ozuna should have it. Makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. But add on one more as the solo shot stretches their lead even further. It's now 3-0. Third inning coming up in MLB The Show's game
162, I think is what it said.
All set for the start of the inning. Here's the veteran outfielder, Marcell Ozuna. Ryu, a former All-Star, 36 years old, and he's a native of South Korea. That one fouled off.
Leafs, Panthers in overtime. Oh my.
In Major League Baseball than we do right now.
And now it's even up. That's off the mark. 2-1. The pitch.
Yeah, they're against the wall for a couple games, aren't they?
The pitch. Bounced out to short. Bichette. Leadoff man retired here in the third.
You voted for $10 million in cash, eh? Why did you choose that one? Did you have a reason?
Orlando Garcia measures 6 feet even, hitting 9th in today's lineup.
Like, I know there's probably different reasons, but
slice down the right side.
Some of the greatest players in the history of the game were born in Venezuela, including one that finished with 500+ home runs, 3,000+ hits, and a triple crown.
The 0-1.
because of the money.
Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
Yeah, but if you went back to when you're 6, there's probably ways you could make way more than 10 million bucks.
The big lefty turns, kicks, deals. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout.
You know, like, if I went back to when I was 6, I would know to buy Apple stock. I would know to buy crypto coins and when to cash out. Like, literally at one point, there was a guy that bought a pizza with his crypto coin, and he would be a billionaire with that amount. You know what teams to bet on? I went back to 6, I would buy a boatload of Pokemon and hold on to it. Yeah. Then you could turn around and invest it in Bitcoin at the time.
And a swing and a miss.
Man, that was pretty gross right there.
That's pretty gross.
On the ground to the left. Fires to first on the run. That ends the frame. Braves are set down 1.
DJ, thank you for liking and sharing. Much appreciated. You'd be able to visit with people that have passed away.
Back here at Rogers Center, bottom of the inning. And stepping in is the speedy Kevin Kiermaier.
Somebody scored?
The wide to kick the pitch. Swings through that one.
Well,
Hey, Mavericks here.
Doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. And here's a stat for you.
Now this ball is well hit. This one's got a chance. Up against.
Oh, he caught it. Thank you for
catch.
liking, Maverick. What's up? That ball was up, wasn't it? Panthers won. Well, there you go, eh?
Man, every at-bat's a big one for him now as he looks to keep this amazing hitting streak going.
You're trying to be good.
Bichette, second-round pick, 2016, and a kid who comes from pretty good baseball family. His dad, Dante, played for California,
Oh, that's not very good.
Colorado, Cincinnati, and Boston over.
Julian, thank you for liking. Much appreciated.
Yeah, and you just
All Canadians are eliminated. Isn't Edmonton's like in 2-2?
win. A gamer goes hard and wants to lead that ball club to a championship.
And with every hit that extends his streak, he climbs higher on the.
You're watching the Lakers against the
Rarely has
Warriors?
anyone gone this far.
Yeah, Boog. 30 is about as far as most guys can take it, and he's just blown by that mark. And now it actually looks like 40 might be in play.
That one is absolutely bad.
That was a banger.
Pulls it in on the warning track.
Not fooled at all right there. He was clearly all over it, but sometimes you hit it too hard and right at someone. You're looking for one of those bloop hits to get a knock sometimes.
You forgot about the Oilers. That might be McDavid's year. I was talking to a coworker of mine today, and he was predicting a Edmonton-Carolina final. And just like a few years back, something. I didn't know Edmonton made it to the finals, but
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock.
anyways, predicting
He was all over that one. Just a cookie down the
Oilers are winning 2-1 and series is tied at 2.
You're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle.
McDavid, maybe he'll get something, eh?
Danny Jansen to hit here. And first offering is fouled off.
Lakers Nation. Mavericks got to talk basketball because he doesn't know anything about hockey. It's big hockey news today.
Bichette, the lead runner, out at second. Guerrero at first, 2 out of the inning.
Why aren't you a fan of the Mavericks?
That one ripped. Harris raging back towards the wall. Looking up on the warning track. And
They got me.
Blue Jays leave a pair, but they're on top by a count of 3-0. Back now in Toronto, out of the fourth. Now it's the shortstop, Vaughn Grissom.
Vaughn Grissom.
Ryu back to
The Lakers are winning.
and that is in for a strike. Strike one.
To be honest, I don't really follow basketball very close.
That one missed.
Maybe when the Toronto Raptors are doing okay, I hear about it a bit more.
Swing and a tapper. Fires over to first. And a quick out, number one.
They get a lot of points.
And next for Atlanta, Austin Riley. He was a strikeout victim his first time. He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on-base and slugging too. Right side, Springer drifts towards it. Hauls it in, 2 away.
Lots of points.
And here is Ronald Acuna Jr. 0 for 1, he grounded out in his first at bat.
I'm going to get lots of points against these guys.
Acuna's signing bonus wasn't astronomical. Only
Did you watch Guardians of the Galaxy 3 yet? Did you like it? Don't give away any spoilers. I'm sure there's some people that haven't seen it.
Yeah, when you just look at that lineage, I mean, for him coming from Venezuela, you got to imagine that he's going to be a big leaguer with that type of training and coaching that you've had at home.
No, not yet.
Got him. And good work there as he
got him.
2-3. Braves go down quickly here. Still down 3-0.
That's pretty early in the game then, I guess. 27-15 is not a very high score.
Back here at the ballpark, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the fourth, Brandon Belt.
Brandon Belt. You know, there's players from the Philippines in this sport here. Alexa, which is the famous player from the Philippines in Major League Baseball?
And it's fouled away. The 0-1.
There's 6 of them.
Here's a rocket out to left. Can't get there. Base hit.
Everything came together for him. Really stayed inside that baseball to send it to the opposite field. With the shift onto the pull side, that's an easy knock if you'll take it.
Julian's a big baseball fan. Did you know that, Maverick?
Chapman, 0 for 1 so far. Fouled off. He was late.
Almost hit the ref. Whatever they're called over there. What'd you answer in the poll, Maverick?
Bell gets his lead at first. Nobody out.
Nobody's answering the other one.
Now a high fly ball out to left center. Harris has a beat on it. He's got it, and there's one down.
In the poll, it's about money.
The left fielder, number 25,
Dalton Varsho will hit next.
He's got a pink bat because it's Mother's Day in the game. Make sure you hit like if you're a fan of your mom. That's going pretty hard.
That's back. And
Out of here.
He'll touch them all. And they add a couple more. It's 5-zip. Singy, he's got a nice hitting streak going, and he extends it another game with that swing.
So locked in right now, Boog, and clearly it's not like he's just stringing singles together during this streak.
Going back to age 6, that's only a couple of years for you. And you probably still not remember the movies. What's the red pill? To restart life at age 6 with all the knowledge you have now.
So the lineup flips over. So up next for Toronto, Whit Merrifield. Line drive, base hit, right center field.
Oh, let's go, guys.
Safely into second. He's got a double.
There we go.
There's no time there. He got a pitch he could drive, but he didn't get too excited like a lot of guys do and pull off the baseball. Really good timing all the way through the swing, and the barrel was so on plane with the ball. Easy drive into the gap for that double.
What do you mean? You know, when you were born, when you were 1 year into your life, you were 1 year old. When you're 2 years into your life, you were 2 years old. When you're 3, you're 3 years old. 4 years old. 5 years old, and once you turn 6, you're 6 years old.
So the defense should be active.
Here's Kiermaier now, 1 for 2.
Didn't really think the question was that deep, to be honest. I just saw it on somebody's tweet or something, and I thought, oh, that's an interesting one. Maybe we'll see what people put.
Runner leads away at second. Swings and crushes one. Right field, way back.
What's the question? Which one would you do?
That one felt good. His 16th homer of the year.
So,
They boost their lead. It's 7-0.
I don't know how old you are exactly, but you know, if you could restart your life at age 6 with everything you know now, that's one choice. So, if you know that the Houston Astros won the playoffs last year, and you remember and you know that, you could literally bet all your money on the Houston Astros, and you'd make way more than your bet. You could bet all your money at the beginning of the year, and then you could potentially get lots of money. Or if you go back to when you know crypto was just about to rise, or for the stock market, GameStop, you know, you invest $1,000 and you get 100,000 back. You could literally have billions of dollars depending on how far back you're going. You know, if you went back to where you know, wanted to visit a relative that had passed away, you know, that was alive when you were 6. Although one disadvantage is you'd be a little kid again, and 6 years old, of course. And maybe you might miss out some of the things that only happened because of the right time, right place. Ah, crap. So if you you know, you changed your life because you won a bunch of money, then maybe some other event in your life might not happen. There was a movie called The Butterfly Effect that starred Ashton Kutcher. It was all about that, you know, like he changed something in the past and it would like affect his life drastically because it, you know, one event led to another kind of thing.
Shrink it down smaller, pitch to pitch, make that guy on the mound work to get you out.
In the air, fairly deep to right field.
You know, like there's some best friend you have, you may never meet them because he changed your life, right?
He was all over that first pitch fastball, just barely missed it. Man, this guy was ready to hit.
Matt Olson up to the plate. He popped out to the catcher his first time up. They've got a potent lineup, and when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list.
Well, if you're gonna say the red one, then you should go pick it on the vote.
And that's ball one.
These hitters are going to have to find a way to be a little more patient, see more pitches per at bat.
But the other thing is that of course, life as it is, then you have 10 million bucks.
There's a strike.
1-1.
I don't know. It's a tough decision, you know. I've lost both of my parents, so I mean, you know, it'd be nice to see them. But do I want to change my life that, you know, over that much? It's hard to say. I mean, I'd certainly have, if I had the knowledge I have now, I'd be probably a billionaire because, you know, you'd be able to bet on stuff, you know happened. Or you get to see concerts and stuff that, you know, bands that are no longer around or whatever.
And now the count filled up 3-2.
Add.
Bounced up the middle. Bichette. Over to first. And the first two set down in the top of the fifth.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the
What did you pick? You got to pick one or the other.
Here is Ozzie Albies up to hit. Grounded out his first time.
Basically long-term versus short-term gain. You can only pick both if you use more than one account, I guess.
Ozzie speaks 4 languages: English, Spanish, Dutch, and Papiamentu.
What did I say? I think we were just discussing the differences between the hole choices. What was your ad? What are they trying to sell you today? What about my parents? I said, well, if I had that opportunity, I've lost both of my parents. So, I mean, if I went back to when I was 6 years old, I'd be able to visit them again, you know? So that's the red pill in that case, you know?
Swings and misses. Blew the express right.
Because, you know, if I was 6, they'd be alive again, right? Bored?
7-0.
No, I don't want that. What the heck was that about?
Welcome back. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
So if you took the $10 million right now, you know, and you wanted to see one of your lost relatives again, then you wouldn't be able to do that.
And that makes things more challenging on the defensive side.
Oh, that was so close to being out.
The 0-2. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. The wind of the pitch. Swing and the ball hammered left field.
Although the other thing is that you wouldn't be able to have any control over events, you know, like, you know, you'd kind of know the disasters, right? You know, like in 2001, there was the 9/11.
They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish. this outing ends, that pitch is going to haunt him for a
Or there's a lot of those school shootings, you know. I don't know the exact dates of any of those, though.
The hitter could do some damage with, and that's exactly what he did.
So digging in, Danny Jansen.
Almost drove one out of here last time up, wide out to the warning track.
And there's a foul ball.
Well, Maverick didn't pick either, I guess.
Right-handed reliever. This one popped
Uh-oh.
foul ground first base side.
Gonna catch that.
Wilson pulls it down and he makes the catch. And there's one down.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
Up to the plate is Brandon Belt. He's already homered in this game.
You're still thinking hard. It's not really a true situation, you know. You're not gonna get it. It's just for fun.
Guessing on the first pitch, it was going to sell out to it. Didn't make any contact, though.
It's the same with you. If you were 6, you would see your mom again. Yeah, but that's the thing with the red pill.
On the ground, right side, steps on first for the out.
Is if there's something you know, then you could invest money you do have, and you could make way more than $10 million.
Here's Matt Chapman.
You know.
It's interesting. He plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well.
Like
so
if you saved up your money for years and years and years,
maybe above average speed, but he does. Right.
And then you put a bet on the Houston Astros to win the World Series last year, then you'd have way more than $10 million.
Down 0-2 as he swings through it. What about him playing another position on defense, one that would require a little more range?
Absolutely, and I think if push came to shove where they had to make a move during a game, it'd surprise a lot of people. You might even be able to put him in center field.
So in that case, you would see your mom and you'd be able to share, you know, multiple millions of dollars with your family you live with now.
He's expecting a knock every time he steps to the plate. And next for Toronto.
Although in some ways he'd be powerless too, because you know something's going to happen, and then of course you can't really stop it. All right, is this one going out of the park? Yes or no? Dalton Varsho. Got a pretty good angle there, it looks like. Varsho is not the biggest hitter, not the worst hitter either, though. So yes, if you think it's going to go out of the park, and no if you think it's not. What do you think, Maverick? Is this one going to be a home run? Yes or no? I'll count down from 10. You have to get your answer in before that to have a chance of guessing correctly. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Stephanie said yes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so Maverick said no. Stephanie said yes. Let's see.
And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. And that ball,
it's out of here.
He crushes that one to center field, and they add to their lead. It's 10-0.
10-0. Stephanie was correct.
A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
They turn things
Why what?
Lucas Litke.
And we all know about his slide.
I don't know what you're talking about.
One of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rates
Not fair. Well, you guessed. You guessed yes if you wanted to.
Here is Whit Merrifield. Swinging a foul, pushed off to the right.
What is a home run? That's when they hit it out of the park. So it has to go over the back wall in between these two lines.
That one drilled left.
So if it goes past him
Extra bases. Around first and hustling for second.
and hit goes over the wall, then it's a home run.
He is locked in there.
Because that means they can run all the bases without him being able to stop them.
Everybody is a step or two behind. The way that he squared up that baseball tells me that he is seeing it like a beach ball.
I had to stop at the second base because otherwise they would touch my guy with the ball and he'd be out. You like my shirt? Oh, that's good.
And a seed into center. That's a base hit. Merrifield around third.
There we go. Ran batted in. Not a home run, but can I lower the cam? No. Then you can see whether I'm wearing pants or not.
So 2 down. Bichette getting ready to hit. That's to third.
That's no good. That's probably a double play. Oh no, one.
And Bichette is retired. And that
Who is the Beastie Boys? They were a band that was a rap band out of New York.
Major League Baseball is on the show. Back here at Rogers Center, here's Marcell Ozuna.
Well, you can't see the pics. Well, that's too bad. You can use Google.
There's a strike.
Well, every pitcher wants a run support.
Their famous song was "Fight for Your Right to Party."
For some guys, I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse. Go after hitters and get quick outs.
Next offering is in for a strike. Plenty of offense.
Is this your favorite pitcher for the Blue Jays, Ryu?
Well, this was a game looking at the pitching matchup where you expected offense to score.
He's doing pretty good for me.
Not as lopsided as this, but yeah, you definitely expected to see some offense coming up.
Swing and a miss. Pulled the string on the changeup.
Oh, there's a 3-pitch strikeout. He can do whatever he wants.
I don't even have my camera reversed right now, so everything is written the right way.
That's to third. Whips it across. And a couple of quick
Ad.
Well, on the mound, very efficient, able to produce.
There we go. Keep them ads coming.
The third or fourth pitch of just about every at bat.
So up next, Michael Harris.
Michael Harris.
Swings through that one.
Did you know, Maverick, that there's a baseball player plays for New York Yankees. He signed a contract for 9 years, and that contract, when he's done, he'll have made $360 million from that contract. So if you want money,
out to short,
learn how to play baseball. Because those guys get coin. Probably, you know, you'd be an average baseball player in the MLB, and you'd still have a higher salary than the highest hockey player.
With this kind of lead, he can swing freely, try to hit the ball out of the park, do what he loves to do.
The pitch. Rip to third.
Alexa, what is the starting contract for an MLB player?
Retired in the 6th. And here's the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting
Alexa, stop.
over their heads.
So, a starting player in the Major League Baseball is $700,000 a year. That's the minimum contract.
Yeah, and so much violence with that swing, exit velocity.
If you make the baseball league, you'll be a millionaire in 2 years.
There's a swing and a drive.
Even if you're not good. If you're really good, you'll get even more.
His second home run of the game, and they add a run. It's 12-0.
Plus, commercials. They can do commercials and sponsorships, you know, if they're wearing the Nike symbol on them. You know, Nike pays them a bunch of money, like $100 million bucks, kind of the deal, you know, type of thing. Some of them. And there's players from the Philippines, you know. You just have to be good at it. Lots of players from poor countries, actually. Like, they don't have to be... Like, hockey is a harder sport to break into because you have to have expensive equipment and have ice available, you know. But if you get into baseball, you know, all you need is a bat and a ball and a glove. And lots of determination.
Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. To the warning.
He caught it.
Man, that's one of those at bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process.
And you know, we were talking about yesterday, Maverick, is Michael Jordan, who was a famous basketball player, also played baseball. He only played like a little bit, like an inning or something like that, one game.
And that extends the inning.
But he did play a major league game, baseball, and a major, and of course he was a famous basketball player.
And here is Matt Chapman.
There's a few players that have played in multiple pro sports.
29 years old, and he took home a Gold Glove in 2021. Chapman gets a piece there.
Some of these baseball players are in pretty good shape, but some aren't. It really depends on how good you are at hitting that ball. Ah, crap.
Oh, 0-2 now. And a rope into center field, base hit. Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out.
I'm sure he feels really good.
Alexa, how much Philippine pesos is $360 million in American?
The exit velocity, and at that speed, it's going to be a great result more often than not.
And now Dalton Varsho. Lined, and that's a base hit.
Oh, I don't know.
Throw in
He answered it not right.
Third, so it'll be bases loaded and 2 gone.
So if I hit it a home run now, then because there's guys on every base, that'll be called a grand slam. I don't know if our show can do it, but we'll see. Got a home run earlier. Oh, it's Merrifield.
That's a base hit as a run scores. And he boots it.
With the bases juiced, he refused to get
Alexa, how much is $360 million US in Philippine pesos? $20,170,000,000 Philippine pesos is what that guy is making for 9 years of playing baseball.
He's really filled up the strike zone this season, so these guys better be ready to swing the bats.
And now here's a speed threat. Outfielder Kevin Kiermaier.
Really nice swing in his last at bat. Shot a line drive into center field.
Up the middle.
Oh crap, they're gonna get a double play. Oh, I didn't have enough for a double play.
2 runs in the inning, but they strand 3. 7th inning coming up. Jays lead it 13-0. Top of inning number 7. So now to the plate.
Do 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 do.
Well, they've kept him pretty quiet in this series.
Hey, Maverick forgot to complain about my microphone today.
credit to the pitching staff. They've had a great plan against it.
Not well known here. Yeah, there's some baseball players in the major leagues though.
One up, one down.
So it must be somewhere there.
Now batting, third baseman, Austin.
Now in for the Braves, Austin Riley. That one's in there, 0-1.
My voice is good. Oh, okay.
Number of first pitch strikes. He's not afraid of contact. Some guys, they'll nibble just because they don't want to get hit hard.
These guys can really throw it too. Is there any Philippine players that are in basketball though?
The punch out there, 2 away now. Chris, third time through the order, and a couple of quick outs for the start.
Like in the NBA?
Very frugal today, economical with the pitch count.
Like they said 6 of them are in baseball.
And he swings and misses at the
I didn't change the side of my mic. My camera is just not mirrored right now. So normally, you know, like the writing on my shirt would be backwards because it's a mirror. Normally. The mic's actually in the same spot. You know, if you look in the background, the stuff is all in the same spot as it was. It's just, you can read it because the letters are the right way.
Next pitch just misses, and it's 1-2. Caught him looking for the K.
Got him.
Still in total command on the mound with 7 shutout innings. Midway in inning number 6.
Yeah, I'm looking this direction
The Blue Jays on top.
now because my monitors are over here. Normally I have it mirrored so that it looks like I'm looking towards the screen.
Here comes a pitch. Up the middle.
That's no good.
Throws to first.
Jordan Clarkson.
The leadoff hitter in the 7th.
The right fielder, number 4, Joe.
And the batter is George Springer.
I bet you there's even less NHLers, eh?
Going, and this might be his last shot at it, Boo.
Hammers that one.
There we go. Home run.
And forget it.
Forget about it.
George Springer leaves the yard. Home run number 30 on the year. And they tack on to their lead. It's 14-0.
Say happy Mother's Day from all of us at MLB The Show.
Yeah, he's been doing so many things well at the plate, and clearly.
Yeah, they're working on it, I guess. Except the writer's strike is happening right now, so I don't know how that affects Black Mirror. Because I don't know if the writers are all over the world or not.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. next up for the Blue Jays. And there's a base hit to left.
The Stranger Things is delayed because of the writer's strike.
The catcher, number 9,
Here's the Toronto catcher, Danny Jansen.
Oh, it's out. See, my game is based on the real season. This game here is on Mother's Day.
Swing and a tapper that rolls foul. Guerrero at first, one gone.
I'm into the future.
Got him swinging.
Crap.
Oh, nothing too fancy on the strikeout pitch right there. Just a low 90s fastball, and I'm not
Do I celebrate Mother's Day? Do I look like a mother?
Very hittable location, but he found a way to just get it by him.
Swing.
Decent.
Base hit out of the center field.
You got it. On to base.
Now batting, third baseman.
That ball was blasted, Boog, and as broadcast.
I wish any mothers a happy Mother's Day. But I am not, in fact, a mother. You still haven't voted here. You better not forget.
That ball was absolutely smoked.
Just pick one. It's like hitting like again.
Chapman gets a piece there.
You know, it makes it more interesting if there's more votes. I mean, you know, it's not the end of the world if you don't pick the one that you would pick if you ever had the opportunity, because it's not going to happen in real life.
Harris ranges back, and it's gone.
Oh, another home run. Nice.
Matt Chapman bops one out of here. Home run number 20 on the year. It's 17-0.
Jeez, you think you're fiddling out a pole like you're really going to get it. Do Canada celebrate Mother's Day on... Yeah, it's Mother's Day coming up.
You'll get hit hard. Really good swing there. Patient, waited for it. It was like BP all over again.
Joe Jimenez takes over on the mound.
Look at that, we got Joe Jimenez now.
We'll see him once again.
It's not like a stat holiday or anything. We do have Victoria Day coming up. In BC, at least.
And now for the Jays, Dalton Varsho.
Not this weekend, next weekend, I think.
This one
Oh, a big pop fly, that's it.
Ozuna should have it. Puts the squeeze on it, and that is that. But the long ball was working in this inning. Not once, but twice. 8th inning coming up. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Back now in Toronto. We're at the top of the 8th. Now it's the Atlanta catcher, Travis d'Arnaud.
This is actually this game that I'm playing is in Toronto on Mother's Day, and they have pink bats and are wishing everybody a happy Mother's Day. So kind of shows you that it, you know, they kind of in the sports events recognize it as well.
And a pitch. And a swing and a miss there. So he's back out to begin the 8th. Been a really nice outing for him so far, Singy.
He's thrown the ball really well. Kept hitters off balance, and he's been very efficient with that pitch count. But at this point, even though it's been relatively low, you start keeping an eye on it to make sure that he doesn't have any fatigue and injuring himself.
BRB. Uh-oh. No one's going to watch Maverick.
Kicks and deals. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. No action in the bullpen, though. Looks like they're going to let him stay out there. The pitch. In the air, out towards right center. Springer on the move. And he makes the catch. And there's one away.
Now batting, the first baseman.
Kenny, thank you for liking. Julian's really quiet today. Guess he just kind of poked in to talk about the Oilers. Or the Leafs, I mean.
Never seems to help. Never helped me.
Foul ball.
All right, strike him out. That was pitch number 69.
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
The batter number 1.
2 outs, base is empty. Now, Ozzie Albies. And he swings and misses, and it's nothing in one.
One more. Come on.
Gets a piece and stays alive. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
Got him.
Gassed it right by him. Braves are set down 1-2-3. They're in a wee bit of a hole, down 17-0.
At least it's close. I can't vote because I'm the streamer. It doesn't let me vote. I can close the poll. I can pause the poll. I can make a poll.
And he deals. Swing and a high fly ball, pretty well struck right field.
Right now, blue is winning.
Almost a loud start to the inning on that first pitch, man. He's going to want that one back, no doubt.
Most people are picking blue.
Digs in now.
Pretty amazing going way back. Possibly the best.
It's just for fun. You don't have to really think deep. You know, there's no 10 million coming your way.
Pulls that one foul.
And you won't be teleported back to when you're 6. I ain't no Mr. Beast. Why'd they pick blue? Well, Stephanie said because she'd rather have the money right away. No one else told me the reasons.
Harris racing after it. Racing makes the catch. 2 down. So up next for Toronto, Bo Bichette.
Bo Bichette. Oh, big pop fly.
Popped up. Olsen on the move. Puts the squeeze on that one. That is the inning. Looks like he's heading back out for the 9th as he'll go for the shutout when we get back.
All right, do you think Ryo will get the shutout?
So now to the plate for Atlanta, Marcell Ozuna. The pitch. And he takes a strike. The next pitch misses, and 1-1.
Just missed with that backdoor breaking ball. If he gets a swing and miss or called strike, 0-2 count. Instead, it's 1-1. Look for him to go back to that pitch later in this at bat.
And 1-2.
He's been very.
There we go. Got him swinging.
Out there on the mound, consistently throwing at the knees. Pretty impressive when a guy can repeat his delivery like this.
And a 1-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
Now, there's a pitch we haven't seen in a while. It's going to be tough on the hitters if he can mix that in whenever he wants.
Kicks and fires. And a pop-up right side, foul territory.
Oh, not on time.
Here's a 1-2. Guerrero settles under this one. And out number 1 on the grab.
Got him.
So now the DH spot, Orlando.
Thank you for sharing, and you just voted, eh? Looks like you voted red.
And a foul ball. The wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2.
Well, red just got a new vote.
Ground ball right side. Merrifield. slings to first. 2 up, 2 down.
Now batting, the center fielder.
How do I know? Because it had one more vote than it had before, and the other one didn't get a vote. Somebody else would have voted at the same time as you. I wouldn't have known, but
Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. And he's got it. Ball game. And the Blue Jays finish off a 3-game sweep.
can I explain red?
In front of the home crowd.
So, how old are you right now? You're X amount years old. So it's saying that if you restarted at 6 years old, with everything you know now, that's red. But the red and blue pill thing is a reference to the Matrix. Remember? Because you saw that, you might not have seen the Matrix 1, but if you did, Neo had to choose between taking the red pill and the blue pill. One was he would just go back to life as he knows it, and the others he would wake up and realize that the Matrix was a computer simulation.
Thank you for joining us here this afternoon.
Going against the Yankees now. I'm going to be watching the Yankees. If you've been watching the videos on YouTube, I'll probably have some, I'm sure, some baseball highlights at some point. Well, in this poll, it's saying that you would still have your same knowledge. You know everything that happens. So, you know, if you know something's going to happen, then you... Like, you know, if you know the Astros are winning the World Series last year, you could bet money on them and, you know, make a lot of money because the odds were really good at the beginning of the year. Or, you know, if you know who the NBA champions are for a given year, you could bet on them. Make yourself super rich.
First pitch coming at you right after the break.
It's like Back to the Future, which is probably a movie you've never seen. But in Back to the Future, the one guy got a hold of the sports almanac. And then he knew all the winners of baseball and all the different sports. So he bet on all these teams and then became super rich.
Okay, all set to go. And now the shortstop, Isaiah Kiner for left.
You don't need to be rich. Well, it doesn't hurt to be rich, though. I mean, in that aspect, it's could be able to certainly do more.
The pitch. And first offering is fouled off.
First pitch, 7-0-7.
And the right-hander deals.
Ball
and
one.
that one missing low.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Strike 2.
You could invest in Tesla before it became big, you know.
Drafted him out of West Virginia. He was the 11th overall pick in the 2019 draft.
Yeah, and just a year later, a big league all-star. So developed pretty quickly and a front-end rotation guy for the Toronto Blue Jays.
Up to the plate steps DJ LeMahieu. He swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1. Chris DJ LeMahieu.
Happiness and contentment is better than riches. Well, there you go.
Some people call him by the nickname the Big Fundy.
What's the Big Fundy, partner?
Well, it's short for the Big Fundamental because he's so good fundamentally, both at the plate and in the field. And the 0-2. Got him looking. Back-to-back strikeouts.
Well, anytime you can punch out the top 2 guys in a
You can't bring your money.
Got to be feeling.
Oh, but you gotta have a good time.
because when you think of just having a distraction, table setters on the base paths, and all of a sudden you're dealing with the number 3 hitter, any distraction can cause you to serve.
Go anywhere in the world.
Instead of it being a solo shot, it's a 2 or 3 run homer.
For vacation. If you wanted to visit the United States, you could.
On the ground to third. Chapman over to first in time. And that is that. Yankees nothing.
Let's see if we can find Maverick in the crowd here.
Toronto Blue Jays
Hey, she's eating a pretzel.
Show, Canada.
I didn't see you, Maverick. Can I add? You've long since been removed from the ban list.
Gonna be hard to top his last start, Singy.
He was outstanding. Complete game shutout. He got some great support from his defense.
I mean, you know, you just got to click on Discord and re-add yourself.
We'll see if he's got it today.
Whit Merrifield up to the plate.
Probably could have did it 2 months ago.
The second baseman, Whit Merrifield.
And a pitch. And a foul ball.
Oh!
Severino, multi-time All-Star. He features a 4-seam fastball, a changeup, a slider.
All right, is that one going out of the park? Yes or no? Is it a home run? Yes or no? You deleted your Discord a long time ago? Is it leaving the park? Do you think it's a home run? Is it over the back wall? Yes from Stephanie. No from Maverick. All right, we'll see. Anybody else wants to vote? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
A cutter. Oh, this one high and deep. Way back there. Leaps at the wall.
Oh, you're right.
And that one is off the top of the wall. Fires to second too late.
Maverick was correct that time. It hit the back wall.
All over that one right there. Just a very nice approach and swing right there to use the big part of the field. Everything was on time. He stayed balanced.
That was a close one, though.
And just launched that one into center.
Here's Kevin Kiermaier, one of the stars in the win yesterday, as he had 3 hits. And first offering is fouled off.
Why do you always second guess yourself? You got one right.
Slap the other way, foul.
If you watch one of these games, I'm going to be in the audience. Oh, that's not very good.
Gathers and throws to first. One gone, bottom half of the first.
I have seats behind the batter
Up to the dish.
against the Yankees.
Every time he comes to the plate as he tries to extend his hitting streak. On the ground,
have you looked at my YouTube, Maverick?
Tosses across the first, but it's 1-0 as the run score.
You can see my trip to New Orleans.
After that double, ground out to get him over, and another ground out to get him in. Nice job to get that.
The food one's coming up.
And it'll be George Springer to step
with a picture of all the food from New Orleans and LA and
huge this season.
Airplane.
That one is absolutely belted. And it's a one-hopper off the wall. Should be extra bases. And that's a 2-out double. That ups his hitting streak to lucky number 13.
The Baker's dozen, Boog, and it doesn't seem like a huge number, but anytime you get to the point where you've hit in every game for almost 2 weeks straight, that's a sign of what kind of rhythm you're in.
And in scoring position with 2 away. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. 5 for 5 yesterday. He was incredible to watch in that one. Now a fly ball to right center. Hicks racing over to make the catch.
Ah. They're going to YouTube.
Hits, no errors, and a man left. We move to the second in Toronto. It's the Blue Jays 1 and the Yankees nothing.
Put them as YouTube shorts because I can't post them on Facebook for some reason.
Stepping in the long ball threat, Giancarlo Stanton. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
Giancarlo Stanton, certainly a physical presence, and Chris, one of the more imposing guys at the plate in the entire sport.
He's a force, and I think it's scary for pitchers thinking about making a mistake to him because you know you're not going to get that baseball back. He hits the ball so hard, you don't even have to watch him swing. You can just close your eyes and listen and know exactly who it is that hit the ball.
And the righty deals. There's a swing and a miss.
Clearly he was sitting on a fastball right there. It just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle 2 strikes.
1 down.
Yeah, I'm looking at his body language, and he
There we go. We got it.
Things are in sync, and the ball's just not coming off his bat the way it did earlier in the regular season.
Anthony Rizzo steps to the plate.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Foul ball there.
That guy almost got hit in the nads.
An all-star a season ago. He features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, a sinker, and he works in a changeup. 1 down, base is empty. Good job to fight that one off. The 0-2. Rizzo checks his swing. Appeal down to third, and he held up. The 1-2 stays alive.
Oh. Staying alive. Staying alive.
Right-hander kicks, deals.
Maverick, did you see the new movie preview for that one called Influencer?
On the ground, and that chance handled. The throw to first. 2 up, 2 down.
That's where the person's like a YouTuber kind of thing, and then they get kind of caught off guard by a crazy fan. It looked horrifying.
Rolled softly, but that goes foul.
Welcome back.
That one misses. 1-1. Inside, just missed.
Well, he's so great about hitting the ball the other way. He gets those arms extended. So right there, just trying to straighten him up a little bit so he doesn't have as much outside plate coverage.
Two now. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Third out, and that ends the frame. So the Yanks go in order. They trail here 1-0.
These are the things we know to prevent you from speaking moistly. Speaking moistly.
Here's the Toronto catcher, Danny Jansen. Time asked for at the plate, and he gets it. The wind of the pitch. That
was a good hit. Oh, right to him though.
Squeeze on that. 1 away.
He was all over that fastball right there. I tell you what, if he gets under it just by a fraction of an inch or a little bit more, that's way back.
Up to the plate, it's Brandon Belt, coming off a 4-hit effort in yesterday's game. That one
That's out of here.
He's got a chance. And gone. Brandon Belt goes deep. His 28th home run of the season, and they add to the lead. It's 2-0. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in.
Look at that. I can't believe there's a section that's empty.
With this guy's velocity, a changeup is really a break for a hitter. He got a BP fastball, didn't move a whole lot, and he absolutely tattooed it.
That second deck game. Oh no.
So
First deck.
Nobody on. And here is Matt Chapman. Smash to the left side.
I went right to him.
Gets it to first. 2 gone now.
Batting ninth, the left fielder, Dalton.
2 outs, base is empty. And now it's Dalton Varsho. 2 homers in the game yesterday, so he's feeling good coming in. Up the middle. Oh, great grab on the dive. And
He got me.
in the inning.
This guy's
Bugger, man.
off the charts. Don't see many shortstops better than that. Great job to complete the play and end the inning.
On to the 3rd inning. Here's Jose Trevino. This guy, one of the best defensive catchers going. You talk about framing, the ability to block, catch, and throw. He is at the top of the game. Swinging a foul over the screen and back out of play.
Really good athlete, and many times we talk about the feet of infielders. This catcher as well, really quick feet. He's able to recognize the pitch, see the trajectory, and get into a spot where he can block those balls and keep them from going to the backstop.
Righty delivers. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Chase the fastball up the ladder for
Start
strike 3.
spreading the
About a
news.
lot, but a good high fastball and a 2-strike situation.
I want to be a part of
For
it.
hitters in more recent
In
years.
old New York.
Emphasis by pitchers on developing that spin rate, having a good grip on the baseball. Those high fastballs, they kind of look like to the hitter that they're rising, even though they're not, but they're not decreasing in velocity and spin rate. So very difficult to get the barrel on it.
Victoria, thank you for liking. Much appreciated.
Next offering is downstairs.
It's a good take.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Man.
Fights that one away. Still 1-2.
Just using up my pitches.
And the pitch. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Next offering is fouled back. At the belt and fires. And there's a ball.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
Got him swinging.
Finally.
Slider got him for strike 3.
Holy moly.
Back strikeouts to start the frame, and that's now 3 in a row.
Yeah, he's really settling in and getting a feel for his pitches, throwing them where he wants to right now. So we'll see how long he can keep this streak.
Aaron Hicks in the box now. No balls and a strike. Hicks in his 10th season, 33 years old, and he's usually in left field, but today he's patrolling center. Next pitch is popped up. Manoah makes the catch, inning over.
I am going to watch Fast X,
They're
yes.
still down. It's 2-0.
It doesn't come out till next weekend, though. Are you going to watch the new Spider-Verse movie?
Now it's the second baseman, Whit Merrifield.
That's coming soon, too. You know, they're making a Burger King burger.
Out to short.
That's looks like Spider-Man.
Zips it across. Leadoff hitter gone in the 3rd.
I guess in a few days it's going to come out. Hey, Kevin.
Here's Kiermaier now.
Look, it's Kevin on the TV too.
Kiermaier, a former Gold Glove winner, batting second in today's lineup, and he's driven in double-digit runs over his last 10 games.
Got to hit a home run with Kevin while Kevin's watching.
Severino kick steals. And strike two.
Heard it's closing. I never heard that.
And that one is lifted in the air. Hicks is there for it. Drops
They caught it. No home run for Kevin. Bye, Kevin. I'll have to get a home run with somebody else for now.
2 outs, base is empty. And the batter now, Bo Bichette. He's got the power.
Really hot here today, man.
Contact skills, one of the best contact
Like,
hitters in the game.
we're in the heat dome there in British Columbia where I am. Temperature is supposed to get like to 30 Celsius kind of deal.
Throws across the diamond. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. Blue Jays go down in order as they're unable to add to their 2-0 lead.
Aaron Judge, see that third guy coming up? He's the guy that signed that 9-year deal for $360 million.
Isaiah Kiner-Falefa up to the plate. Manoah back to work.
Toronto.
Swings through that.
Well, he's looking great so far. It helps when over 80% of your first pitches are strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up.
40p. 400. Oh. Wow, there's lots of Burger King stores. Alexa, how many Burger Kings are in the world?
And he knew it. Well, there's a 3-pitch strikeout. He can do whatever he wants with the baseball right now.
Here's DJ LeMahieu. Went down on
So there's 13,000 Burger King stores.
You know, Boo, DJ LeMahieu is one of those guys that if you're on the other side and your pitcher's got a no-hitter.
So 400 are closing in the Philippines. Well, I guess that's it for the Philippines, maybe. I don't know.
The Yanks yet to pick up a hit here. That one misses, and it's 1-1. Popped up.
Guess you'll have to stick with Kenny Rogers Chicken, which is nowhere else, really. Go to Burger King before it's closed, I guess. Don't go too close to when it closes. Those staff won't do as good job.
Grounded out his first time. Singing, you can't ask for anything more. This guy checks all the boxes offensively.
He's the ultimate professional, and it doesn't just start at game time. It starts in the afternoon, the way he prepares and gets ready for the ball game. I tell you what, his teammates feed off of the leadership that he shows on and off the field.
0-2 as he waves.
In the United States, they're closing down 400. Well, there's 13,000 of them. They'll probably be okay.
Throw something maybe down in the dirt.
There comes an 0-2 to Judge. Swing and a miss. And
There's the guy, $360 million man right there. You know, like Burger King lately in your stores? Well, I'm going to try the Spider-Verse burger if I get a chance. It's red.
Back now in Toronto. Now it's the power speed combo.
Well, I mean, any fast food is poor quality. You go to McDonald's and stuff, same thing. It's not premium meat. Can I post it on Instagram? Maybe I'll post it in Discord. Maybe I'll post it on YouTube. I don't know. We'll see. I don't post a lot on Instagram.
Foul ball still 0-2. And a pitch. That's foul off to the right side.
Man, lots of fouls, eh? Come on, Springer Dinger.
Next pitch is popped up.
Ah, just a big pop fly.
And there's one down.
That was a good pitch to hit right down the heart of the plate.
Gotta pay attention to my YouTube if you want pictures of food, because there's some food pictures coming from New Orleans.
Junior now, he's 0 for 1.
Gonna be like 10 pictures right in a row on the same video.
Came up with 2 home runs, obviously trying to keep the roll going here in this one.
That's it for him.
In plenty of time to first. Already 2 gone here in the home fourth.
Now batting, the catcher, Danny Jansen.
Now it's Jansen to hit. He's 0 for 1. And a good fastball to start him off.
Bugger.
Well, you know, with 2 out and nobody on, it's going to take something special to get a run across. So why not? If you got some pop, swing for the fences.
Next offering is fouled back.
Well, he got challenged with a good fastball.
Do 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 do.
Lace down the line, could be extra bases, and that rolls into the corner.
Man, he just absolutely turned on that one, ripped it down the line.
You can just look a picture of it on the internet too, you know. You don't need to necessarily see my burger. I don't know if it's coming to Canada or not, but I'm going to be going to the States possibly when it's on anyway.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs.
Now batting, third base.
Now it's Matt Chapman. Grounded out his first time up.
That was a good hit.
That one laced to center and a base hit. Here's the throw to the plate. Not in time.
We got it.
It's 3-0.
That's now 3 hits in a row for the offense. Fastball pretty much middle, and that's what you fall asleep dreaming about as a hitter. So no surprise he put a great swing on it.
Dalton Varsho next up for the Blue Jays. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat. Line drive.
Bugger.
In for the 3rd out. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. It's now 3-0. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Welcome back. Here's some real power at the plate.
Here's some real power at the plate.
Singy, we think of Giancarlo Stanton with the big-time power as a baseball player, but he was actually recruited to play football at USC. And fouled off.
Oh, he's built like a superhero, so that doesn't surprise me at all. And one thing about him is we talk about guys like Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton in the same conversation in terms of exit velocity.
Here comes a pitch. And that is in for a strike. And it's 1-2. Next offering is fouled back. When you look at the common thread for guys that are elite level hitters, hitting the ball hard is a place you start. And Giancarlo Stanton is a guy that since
that guy's built like Superman, they said.
The top of the list.
Yeah, Boog, Stanton has hit more 115-mile-per-hour plus home runs than any other player during the StatCast era.
On the ground, Merrifield to first. Rizzo out of the play.
The batter, the left fielder, Oswaldo Cabrera.
Now it's the switch hitting outfielder, Oswaldo Cabrera. Struck out swinging his first time.
See if we can get Cabrera.
In there for strike 1.
If I'm at the dish right now, I am aggressive over the heart of the plate. This guy's been filling up the strike zone, so you know you're going to get a good pitch to hit. And as nasty as his stuff is, you might as well take all 3 swings.
The Yankees hitless so far in the game. And down on strikes, and that'll do it.
Got him.
Held in check. They trail in this one 3-0.
Kevin with the stars for star. Oh, thank you, Kevin. Much appreciated.
The second baseman.
The alert should come up in just a second here, hopefully.
And here it comes. Ground ball up the middle. Now the throw to first on the run. One up, one down.
All right, here's Kevin up to bat now, I think.
And next for Toronto, Kevin Kiermaier. We talk
Oh,
about
we got more stars for star.
he has it, but pushing the offense aside for just a
Much
second,
appreciated.
it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most.
There we go. Kevin made it to base.
So a man aboard now with one away.
Oh, we could probably steal a base too.
He's been swinging it really
Let's try to steal.
Really nice job.
Maverick, you like it when people steal?
Try to do too much with
I'm gonna steal this base.
And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
And the batter will be the shortstop, Bo Bichette. Kiermaier on the go. Pitch misses. Throw to second. Great jump.
We stole the base.
You have to do a better job at controlling the running game, and that's throwing over, that's stepping off, doing whatever you can to try to keep that base stealer's rhythm off. Well, they weren't able to do it right there.
See, that's one of the only sports you can watch where they steal.
Running all game.
Righty to the plate. Smash down the left field line. And it's a one-hopper off the wall. Should be extra bases. Runner from second crosses the plate. And it's 4-0. In there. Just beat the tag. It's a double.
And because I stole the base, I was able to get into the home plate. Did you ask Kevin to vote? I'm sure he voted too.
His way out of the dugout, and he will make a move to the bullpen. Luis Severino is done, and he's not going to be happy with himself. New pitcher on the mound in a moment.
See, Kevin ran in.
Domingo Germán gets handed the rock out of the pen.
And as relievers go, he's not a big strikeout guy. He tries to force weak contact, so command and execution.
Domingo. What did Kevin vote? I don't know. We have to ask Kevin.
Man at second with one away.
Did you vote, Kevin? What'd you vote for? It looks like, if I were to guess, it'd be the red. Because the blue ones haven't moved. The other ones have.
Junior will hit next.
Getting close, though. It's like almost tied now. That was a good hit. Oh, didn't.
Runner holds it third, so even with
Didn't go.
Outs, they didn't risk it.
Well, his hot hitting continues. He's been getting great results lately. Nice line drive to the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
Danny Jansen to hit here.
Oh, that's unlucky.
Steps on the bag. That's out number 3. 1 run in the inning, but they leave 2. 5 innings complete. It's the Blue Jays 4 and the Yankees nothing. Back here at the ballpark, start of the 6th, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton. And leading off, Jose Trevino.
All right, we got to put Trevino out.
The pitch.
Oh, that's a little bit low.
Say Trevino singing a Gold Glover and a guy that really does a great job presenting the ball.
Yeah, breakout year in 2022. Led all catchers with 21 defensive runs saved.
Going to count 1 and 2.
And Boog, the Yankees had been looking for some stability behind the plate for a while, and Trevino stepped up in a big way. Pretty unexpected as well.
Kicks and deals. Spoils that one, and it remains 2 and 2. Struck him out looking.
There we go. We got another one.
Strike 3.
Pretty electric stuff showing up on the mound right now. I mean, in the double-digit strikeouts, he should be able to rack up some more before he's done in this one. And you know, not many of these hitters have had much of an answer for what he's offering out there.
This one chopped on the ground, but foul.
Pretty impressive. We haven't seen that pitch from him much, but he's got a really good feel when he throws it.
Swing and a miss. That is strike 2.
He's winning the poll. It's a close one right now with Blue winning just slightly.
Hit weakly on the ground. Merrifield. 2 quick outs to open the top of the 6th.
Now back, the center fielder, Aaron Hicks.
2 outs, base is empty. It's Aaron Hicks now. First time up was a pop out. There's a strike.
Now this manager knows that his players are just trying to do too much. Everybody needs to just take a deep breath, relax, and let it naturally happen.
They got a lot of stats, eh?
The pitch. Swinging a foul straight back. And he deals. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. The Yanks.
Probably put a pitcher warming up. Which pitcher should I put in? How about this guy?
And a pitch. Struck him out swinging. Couldn't catch up to the heater. 1, 2, 3 go the Yankees. They trail it here 4-0.
He's already thrown 70 pitches, so.
Bottom of the 6th inning. Now it's the DH, Brandon Belt. Brandon Belt, who grew up in Texas, played his college ball at the University of Texas, and then went on to win World Series with the Giants.
That's a good hit.
Blasted. It's got a chance, and it hits the fence. It's a double. 3rd hit of the night for him.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. Challenged him with the fastball right in the heart of the zone, and he was clearly ready to jump all over it.
That bounced good off the wall, eh?
Chapman up to the plate now.
He was the big part of the field last time. Nice liner to center.
Out to short.
That might be a double play. No, no, they're just gonna throw a 1. You're still here. Are you watching Maverick? Have I seen the Mario Brothers movie? No, I haven't. Timothy said he saw it though, and he said it was good. Of course, he's a Nintendo guy, so he'd probably like it no matter what, I'm sure. Ah, crap.
Throw on to Rizzo. 2 gone.
Well, maybe we can get this last guy in here.
So 2 down now, and here is Whit Merrifield.
Whit Merrifield. That's a good hit.
Left center, base hit. And that's going to roll to the wall. The run scores from 3rd, and the lead is up to 5. He's in with a double, and that's his second double of the night. Well, Singy, he is locked in there.
Well, he's really slowed the game down, and it's like he's moving in full speed, and everybody is a step or two behind. The way that he squared up that baseball tells me that he is seeing it like a beach ball.
And now for the Jays,
Kevin's up to bat.
Field playing pretty shallow. And now
That was a good hit. Might catch it though.
Back some more. And it's caught.
I got it.
So they pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. We're through 6 full. It's the Blue Jays 5.
Are you gonna watch it, Maverick? I thought you don't like cartoons.
We go to the top of the 7th, and now Isaiah Kiner-Falefa.
You know, he's been so great today, really just throwing whatever the catcher puts down. I mean, hasn't shaken off the catcher very much at all today.
The pitch. Swings through that one for strike 1. Bounced up the middle. Merrifield whips it to first. That's the first out at the top of the 7th. And now it's DJ LeMahieu digging in. When you talk about elite defensive third baseman, this guy is at the top of the list. And first offering is fouled off.
Stud. When you look at players like this, you play that hot corner. Got to be pretty courageous over there with the way balls come off the bat. That's the kind of guy that every year you expect him to be in the All-Star game and have a Gold Glove, if not a Platinum Glove.
Boom, 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 boom.
Kicks and fires.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Cut on and miss. Struck him out. So he's gotten deep into this game, and at least so far, not showing a ton of signs of fatigue. And now big number 99.
There's Judge.
His righty-lefty splits there.
$360 million contract. This guy knows how to hit it.
Pretty amazing, his first pitch strike percentage over 90%. You know you're getting something in the zone first pitch. So if you're a hitter, got to be ready to let it fly, even though he's had a lot of success on that first pitch of the at-bat.
0-2 now. Ball 1 there.
That's really far off that one. I wasn't where I was aiming at all.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That's the 3rd out. So the Yanks go in order. Still looking at that 5-0 deficit. Back now in Toronto. Now
Take me out to the ball game.
The pitch. On the ground to 3rd. LeMahieu gets it to 1st. And 1 away in the bottom of the 7th.
The right fielder, number 4, George Springer.
And the batter is George Springer.
That was a good hit. Perfect, perfect.
That's back there.
Might be out.
And that one is going to go. George Springer takes him deep. His 31st home run of the season. It's 6-0.
A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
1 out, base is empty. So up next for Toronto, Vladimir Guerrero.
Back-to-back jacks.
Crushed into left field. It's on its way and gone. Vladdy with a star scraper. His 34th of the season. It's 7-0. That's their 3rd home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. Back-to-back jacks, and this club is fired up right now, Boog. I mean, this is the kind of thing where you really start to notice hitters in a lineup feeding off each other, and the collective confidence just continues to grow.
That one went way up there.
Clark Schmidt.
Well, home runs have been a problem this year. Not doing a great job keeping the ball in the yard so far this season, so we'll see if that factors in.
Here's the catcher to hit, Danny Jansen. There's a swing and a
Back to back to back jacks.
Out of here.
Holy crap, eh?
Danny Jansen hits one out. His 18th home run of the season, and they boost their lead. It's 8-0.
Back-to-back home runs, and these guys look so dominant right now. A pitcher might want to check and see if he's tipping his pitches or not, but I tell you what, if this was basketball, that opposing team would call a timeout to try to slow down this offense.
Brandon Bell next up for the Blue Jays. Hard ground ball, base knock.
Well, it wasn't a back to back to back to back jack.
4 hits in a row, and they're really swinging it here. Got the top of the ball a little bit, but not much. That was hit pretty hard through the infield, so I think he'll be happy with that swing. Definitely generated some good bat speed.
Here's Matt Chapman.
Too late.
0-1.
Back to back to back to back to back.
With one away. The 0-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. The 0-2. Ground ball could be 2. LeMahieu over to second.
They got me.
Him off the bag, and he's safe.
Oh, no, he didn't get that one.
Man at first, and next for Toronto, Dalton Varsho.
And still looking for that hit to keep this streak going, and this might be his last shot at it, Boo.
Ripped to short.
Crap.
They get the force, and that ends the inning. They explode with 3 solo homers in the inning. We look ahead to inning number 8. It's the Blue Jays 8 and the Yankees nothing. Back here at Rogers Center, now at the plate, Giancarlo Stanton. Manoah back to work. There's the strike. Manoah still out there to pitch the 8th and working with a big lead.
He's been excellent, really on his game in this one, and at this point, he wants to finish what he started.
Comes up empty on the swing. 0-2 now. Is there a debate to be had about shutting him down, maybe to preserve some bullets given the score?
Absolutely. When you consider over the course of a long season, guys putting a lot of stress on that elbow, on that shoulder, but you also have to pry the ball out of a hand of a guy like this because he's so competitive.
And here is Anthony Rizzo.
Well, he's got 85 pitches.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Anthony Bass on to pitch here. He's been so good against lefties.
Number 52, Anthony Bass.
That one finds the corner. 0-1. And that one hit to first. And he picks it up and he'll put it in his pocket. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. Squeezes it. 2 down. So just 4 more outs to get through, and the tension is building in the ballpark right now.
Yeah, and we can feel it in the booth. He's got these hitters locked up.
2 outs, base is empty. And up next for New York, Oswaldo.
Doesn't really consider that he's a different pitcher.
Foul back our way, and that's out of play. And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it. And the right-hander deals. Battling here as he fouls it away. The 0-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. And the 0-2. Fights it off. He'll see another. Oh, 0-2 now. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. Here's the 0-2. Gets a piece and stays alive. 9th pitch of the at-bat due next. Got him. And the inning is over.
Got him.
Down in order.
Broke time, eh?
Still 8-0. Welcome back. Ready for the bottom of the 8th. Now here's the leadoff man for the Blue Jays, Whit Merrifield. The pitch. Fly ball to right. Judge has it sized up. Makes the grab, 1 down.
Woo, he was all over that first pitch fastball, just barely missed it. Man, this guy was ready to hit.
Kevin Kiermaier now at the plate.
Oh, nice hit by Kevin.
And that one will leave the park. Out of here.
Hopefully Kevin's still watching. Because it's a hit home run for Kevin with Kevin watching then.
17th of the year. And they add a run. It's 9-0. Singy, that's his 99th career homer.
Well, he's probably already thinking about the next one, and don't want to think too hard because you'll start to struggle. 100 is a really nice number to get to, though.
Almost at 100, eh?
The pitcher knew as soon as that ball left his fingertips, it was trouble. Right on the platter, right down the heart of the plate. I'm sorry, but big league hitters don't miss that pitch.
Out of the bullpen for the Yankees, Jonathan Loaisiga.
As if they'd leave with a home run derby kind of team like this.
On the scoreboard, just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these
Way too many empty seats here.
Obviously, regardless of the score.
1 down.
Would want to see this right to the end, probably.
In the air, foul off first. Rizzo has a beat on it. Makes the grab. 2 down. Singing some Jonathan Loaisiga nuggets. He hails from Nicaragua. It's not a place that's produced a lot of big leaguers. Marvin Bernard, Dennis Martinez among the few. And now the Toronto cleanup hitter, George Springer. He's already homered in this game.
Oh, that cracked good, eh?
And that keeps the inning going. And his hot hitting continues.
They kept him in the yard that time, but all he's doing now is passing the baton, and everything seems to get started around this guy.
Runner at first with 2 away. And now the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He's already homered here in this one. And a pop-up right side, foul territory. Rizzo makes the play, and that's the inning. Toronto picks up 1 on this homer. Last chance coming up here for the Yankees. All set to start the 9th in this one. Here's the catcher, Jose Trevino. Everyone's attention on the no-hit bid now. 3 tough outs to get. Bass back to work. He swings and fouls one off. 3 outs from a no-hitter. Little chopper rolls foul.
I can only imagine the nerves that some of the defensive players have right now. You got to have the mindset, I want the ball hit to me, but in front of that, you hope that he strikes the hitter out. And there's another strikeout, and those are just continuing to pile up. His confidence level has got to be dropping. He's got to find a way to make an adjustment, Boog, get back on track. His team needs him.
So digging in, Oswald Peraza. One of their last chances to break up the no-no. And it's fouled away. Bass, 35 years old, and he was a 5th-round pick back in 2008. And a swing and a miss.
2 pretty nasty sliders to get this hitter in an 0-2 count. If you're up there at the plate, you got to look up in the zone and spit on anything that's down.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. The high heat, too much on that one. So last chance for the Yankees. Now here's Aaron Hicks. And the no-hit bid comes down to this. 1 more out to get. First pitch, and that's in for a strike.
Hey, 7 straight strikes to start the frame. He's got a chance at an immaculate inning.
He's 1 out away from a no-hitter. And that one wrapped foul. The 0-2. Pop up here, third base side. He puts it away. It's a no-hitter.
Well, no-hitters are awesome, but there's something really fun and cool about a combined no-hitter. What a great day to be at the ballpark. These guys got the W. That's what's most important.
Combined no-hitter.
Fans, our final line score tonight. First for the victorious Blue Jays, 9 runs on 17 hits.
City, heard he got in a heart full of envy.
Reward path progress. They're 41-0. Well, Kevin as the pitcher. Different Kevin. They got Aaron Judge is hot.
And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. The show has an AL East matchup. It's the New York Yankees and the Toronto Blue Jays. First pitch coming your way next. Just about ready to roll and towing the slab, Kevin Gausman. Singy, he was impressive his last time out.
So dominant, only gave up one hit, and I know in the back of his mind he's thinking about how close he came, but he's got to forget about that and focus on his opponent in this one.
And now it's going to be Oswald Peraza. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball.
First pitch, 7-0-7.
0-1 now.
No way he laughs when he says that.
Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Slider got him for strike 3.
Oh, there's a small sigh of relief right there. I mean, just to keep that speed off the base paths. It's not just the pitcher. It's other guys that have to think about it. From your infielders have to think about that runner potentially stealing, but also be in position to make a play. As an outfielder, you're thinking about a base hit to the outfield. I got to get to it quickly to try to keep this guy from taking an extra base. So I think everyone just a little more relaxed that he didn't reach base.
Check swing, no appeal. Ball 1. See, DJ LeMahieu, really good hitter, but as well defensive versatility. And fittingly enough, he's the first winner of the Gold Glove Award that went to a utility player. He won it in 2022 in the American League. Fires over to Guerrero. And a couple of quick outs.
The right fielder, number 9.
Oh, we changed our second base person.
Aaron Judge at the plate. 8th in RBIs in the American League right now.
All around, I think if you asked anyone in this organization who's the best hitter in the lineup, they would say him.
And he swings and misses at the initial offering. Two outs. And he flips a breaking ball in there or a changeup.
Either one. Something off speed. Good arm action on it. Whatever it was.
The next offering misses. And the count 1-2. Kevin Gausman hails from Colorado, but he played his college ball. And he got him. Strike 3, and that'll retire the side. Yankees nothing.
Got him.
Jays coming to bat. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Back here at the ballpark, and on the hill in this one, Nestor Cortez Jr. Chris, how about a scouting report?
Well, he's putting together a really nice season on the mound. ERA in the low 3s. Very respectable when you consider guys are looking to do damage. They're not trying to just walk and hit singles. They're trying to hit homers and draw walks and score runs. So when you have a guy that can limit the other team from scoring more than a few runs, that's really tough to beat game in and game out.
Bottom of the first. And now to the plate, here's the Toronto DH, Whit Merrifield. Swing and a line drive curling foul down the right side. The wind of the pitch. And that one fouled off.
Oh, the other way.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. Reaching for it, makes the catch.
Darn it. Let's see if we can get Kevin's 100th.
Stepping in, Santiago Espinal.
Oh no, it's not. It's
Contact guy,
Espinal.
defender. The other way. It gets down, base hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Bo Bichette up to the dish. Turned on, but that's foul down the third baseline. There's a buzz in the stadium every time he comes to the plate as he tries to extend his hitting streak. Cortez, a former All-Star. He features a four-seam fastball, a cutter, a slider, a change. This one swung on and hit well, way back there. And that one is out of here.
There we go.
Bo Bichette blasts one out. His 14th of the year. It's 2-0.
When you're working with this kind of velocity, so critical that you move the ball around, work quickly, and make sure that you keep that hitter off balance. Clearly not fooled by the location or the velocity. He was all over that fastball.
Base is empty, one away. Now the Toronto four-hole hitter, George Springer. High fly.
There we go.
Will struck
Back
out
to back, Jack.
Way back there. Gone. George Springer leaves the yard. His 32nd of the year, and they add to their lead. It's 3-0. That's his third straight game with a homer, Singy.
This dude is on fire, Boog. These kinds of streaks just don't come around too often. Back-to-back homers, always a special feeling at the ballpark, especially if it's your team that does it and those guys get to slap hands at home plate. This is the kind of thing that can really fire up a ball club.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr., leading the American League in homers coming into this one, having a monster season. That one hammered center field. Bader going back on this one. Pulls it in on the wall.
Ah, crap.
Man, I love that route. The ball was smoked. He knew he had to get back to the track right away. Turned his back on the infield. Got to the spot, turned around, and made a nice catch.
Out there to center. Bader puts the squeeze on that one, and that'll end the inning. But the long ball was working in this inning. Not once, but twice. It's now 3-0. Back after this on the show. And welcome back. New inning getting started. Giancarlo Stanton to the plate now.
Giancarlo Stanton.
They're off to a great start, 3-run lead after their first inning, but so important to be airtight defensively. Don't give away extra outs and allow that other club to get back in this ball game.
The right-hander back to work. Out in front with the swing, and that is strike one. Stanton, a guy capable of hitting it a long way.
Oh, you can tell how comfortable he is. Look at that front foot on the line as he is close to the plate, but he can be very quick to a pitch that is down and in.
The 0-2. Left field. And it drops in. So a man on base to start the inning.
Well, that certainly feels good.
Now it's not a no-hitter.
after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. That's a ball that a lot of times you'll see the shortstop or left fielder be able to get to if it hangs up in the air long enough. But right there, it just died.
Birdie, thank you for liking.
On the green stuff for the base hit.
Here's Gleyber Torres. Ball 1, no strikes.
How's it going, Birdie?
Got it started a little too early. Strike 1.
Larry Bullard making the calls behind the plate for us in this one. Pretty good strike zone.
Tweet.
Well reviewed by those we talked to around the league.
Good, thank you.
He doesn't get a lot of looks from players, maybe here and there once in a while, but he's appreciated back there. Brings it in, and there's one. One away. Chris, do players ever change their approach in meaningful ways based on who's umpiring, or is it good to just be aware of tendencies so you're not that surprised?
I'd say the latter, because the pitcher's got to pitch to his strengths regardless. The hitter's got to hit to his strength. So you're aware of it, but you have to just hunt for what you can handle.
Anthony Rizzo, batting with 1 down, takes a strike.
Are you having a good Friday there, Birdie?
Stands at first with 1 out. Next offering is fouled back.
Oh, they want to put that one way in, eh?
The 0-2. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. 2 away.
Stood absolutely no chance.
Peanut butter meals.
Right there. I don't mean to laugh, but that's a tough one. I mean, pretty much a perfect strike.
Did they add the mannequins yet, or is that we're waiting for an update for that?
You can't get your hands through and the barrel to it, and not much you can do unless you recognize the spin early and you spit on it.
Here's the left fielder, Oswaldo Cabrera. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1.
I'm a little under the weather, but you're okay. You had some chills. It's hot right here. Oh. We got a heat dome in my area.
Wouldn't chase that time.
It's warm, warm, warm.
Ground ball left side. Chapman over to first in time. 3rd out. The Yanks leave 1. They trail it here 3-0. Back now in Toronto, and now the veteran third baseman Matt Chapman.
Well, on paper, it's favorable to have a fairly quick inning here with 2 of the 3 hitters he's set to face batting from the left side, same side he throws from.
Now 1 out to right. Judge getting an angle on it. Great catch, foul ground.
I got it. The guy that caught the ball in real life, Birdie, that player signed a 9-year deal for $360 million. No, I'm not really near wildfires.
Bounce to the right side. Rizzo takes it to the
All right, chilly tempers made your allergies flare up.
Half of inning number 2.
Just a week old.
2 out, space is empty.
Yeah, most of the fires are in one province over from me. Over in Alberta.
This is the moment to notch number 100. Ripped into left center, base hit. And that's going to roll to the wall.
I could have ran, I guess.
Ball comes back to the infield quickly, and he holds it first with a 2-out single.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
So the batting order turns over. Whit Merrifield next up for the Blue Jays. Kiermaier on the go. Pitch in for a strike. Throw, save. That's a stolen base.
2 outs is a great time to try to steal second, especially when you have a guy with some wheels on first. Defense probably knew it was coming, but figured we better focus on trying to get this hitter out.
There we go. We stole a base.
And now the 0-1. In the air, left field. Cabrera in position.
Ah, crap.
And that's the 3rd out. Blue Jays held in check, but they lead it 3-0. Back here at Rogers Center, and now Bader up to the plate. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful. This one in the air, center field. And there's one away.
Oh, we got a tie in the votes here.
The catcher,
Kyle Higashioka stepping in now for the Yankees. Higashioka goes 6'1", hitting 9th in today's lineup. What a run over the last 10 as he's hitting over 400 during that span. 0-1.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
Swing, and this one's bounced on the ground. Fires over to Guerrero. First 2 batters retired here in the top of the 3rd.
the shortstop,
Oswald Peraza stepping in now for the Yankees. Led off the game with a strikeout. And there's a foul ball.
Looked like you got a little excited on that fastball. Got to think to yourself, I want to stay up the middle. That way, if you're a little bit early, you hit it out of the ballpark. If you're a little late, opposite field not.
Oh, 0-2 now. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Kirk makes the play.
There we go. We got him.
1-2-3, go the Yankees. Still down 3-0. Back here at the ballpark, set for the bottom of the 3rd. Now here is Santiago Espinal. Cortez goes 5 feet 11 inches, 210 pounds, and he was selected to the All-Star game last year. And makes the grab. And
got me.
Number 1.
the batter number 11, shortstop.
And now Bo Bichette. He's 1 for 1 with a 2-run homer his first time up.
There's a good hit.
Towards right center. Bader should have it.
Oh, he caught it.
Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And there's 2 away.
The right fielder, number 4.
And it'll be George Springer to step to the plate. 1 for 1 so far today with a solo homer in his first at bat.
Not only can he hit the cover off the ball, he's got a great eye as well.
There's a solid hit.
That's back there. Gone. George Springer takes him deep, and they add on. It's 4-0. Singy, the ball is jumping off his bat.
Yes, it is. Tons of loud contact. Man, it's been impressive. Look at that. Pure reaction. Fastball up and in. Not an easy pitch to get to, but because it was just a reflex, he didn't have time to get long with this swing.
So 2 away with nobody on. And now for the Jays, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Oh, and now
Another one.
crushed. This one's on its way and gone.
Gonna chase the pitcher probably there.
Junior goes deep, and they add a run. It's 5-zip.
You're happy because the Lakers won? Well, I'm glad you're happy. The poll is tied now, by the way, Maverick.
Love to see a hitter aggressive on the first pitch of an at-bat. You watch him from the on-deck circle, so when you step
GG!
you're ready to pull the trigger wherever it's at. Really good job by the hitter. Total conviction on that swing.
Nailed that one, eh?
2 outs, nobody on. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Alejandro Kirk into center. Bader should have it. He's got it. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. But the long ball was working in this inning. Not once, but twice. And the lead is now 5-0. You're watching Blue Jays baseball on The Show Canada.
The Show Canada.
Start of the 4th. And stepping
Do you know how many Canadian Major League Baseball teams there are, Maverick?
Pretty cool distinction. When he won the American League batting title with the Yankees in 2020, he became the first player in the modern era to win a batting title in both leagues. Remember, he won with the Rockies the batting title in the National League in 2016.
The right fielder, number 99.
Here comes Aaron Judge.
Here's the $360 million man.
And first offering is fouled off. One down, base is empty. And that's in for a strike.
The guy's going this good. He's retired 7 in a row. You got to step out of the box, fake bunt, do something to break it up.
He goes down looking.
Oh, there's a 3-pitch strikeout. He can do whatever he wants with the baseball right now.
Giancarlo Stanton.
You like LeBron, eh?
Here is Giancarlo Stanton, and he's already singled in this game. And that's in for a strike. Right-hander kicks, deals. Into the outfield, base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. There was nothing cheap about the way he got that one through the infield. That was ripped, caught out in front, and didn't get under it like he would have liked, but definitely put a good swing on it.
Gleyber Torres up to hit. And there's the strike. Torres, a guy the Yankees acquired for Aroldis Chapman back in 2016.
He is fearless.
Did you see the preview for City of the Dead?
Next pitch is popped up. Chapman under it. And that is that. One left for the Yankees. It's 5-0.
That's the new Walking Dead series. They're going to Manhattan.
Welcome back. And here is Matt Chapman.
The third baseman, Matt Chapman.
The wind of the pitch. Left field, way back there. Out of here.
Yeah. What happened?
Chapman hits one out. His 21st of the year, and they tack one on the board. It's 6-0. And they're
I just got a home run.
Some things in this sport are contagious, Boog, and right now for these guys, clearly it's the long ball.
Not sleeping yet, no.
Getting his arms extended, and that's exactly what he did right there. You don't typically want to pull a pitch in that part of the plate, but he doesn't allow his wrist to roll over, stays through the ball.
Why, do you think I should go to bed?
And here comes the Yankees manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Nestor Cortez Jr. won't go any further, and this is one he'd like to forget. Back with a new arm after this. Righty reliever out of the pen, Domingo Germán.
And he's had his struggles so far this year, as you can see the inflated ERA. Looking to bring that down a little bit right here.
It is Friday for me, you know. And even on not Fridays, I would normally not be sleeping yet anyway.
That one is absolutely belted. That ball's carrying. Caught just shy of the wall.
You just learned peanut butter sandwiches and peanut butter waffles? Nice!
Kevin Kiermaier, 1 for 1 with a single so far.
Possibly thinking about home run number 100 here. He's just one shy of that milestone.
That one the other way. This looks like extra bases. Now he turns and heads for second. And he greets the new arm from the bullpen with a double.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night. And just
Well, the time he's asking is not even the end of my normal stream normally even.
With this already. Back to the top of the lineup with Merrifield up to the plate.
Oh,
Bounce to
crap.
third. Sends it to first, and there's 2 away.
The batter, number 5, second baseman,
Santiago Espinal next up for the Blue Jays. Singled and scored back in the first. He's 1 for 2.
There's a good hit.
To left center. Bader sizing it up. Pulls it
He
another
got it.
run. And that will end the inning. 1 scores in the inning coming on this solo home run. It's now a 6-0 ball game.
Maverick usually saying he's going to bed already by now.
And here's the first base.
Half an hour ago, usually he says, "Oh, I'm going to bed."
With Anthony Rizzo, you almost forget he was originally drafted by the Red Sox. He debuted with the Padres, won that championship with the Cubs, and now a Yankee.
Yeah, and I think one of the telltale signs early with him in terms of the guy that would have that intestinal fortitude is just the fact that he beat cancer.
Strike 2. They've got a potent lineup. And when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. And that's strikeout number 100 on the year.
Wow, short work to send him packing to start the inning, and no messing around either. All 3 pitches were in the strike zone, attack mode all the way, and that's pretty impressive given the pop he was dealing with at the plate.
Cabrera batting for the second time, and that's strike 1. The 0-1. Fought off foul. 0-2 now. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. The 0-2. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Got him.
Back-to-back strikeouts.
Been a pretty rough start to this series for him at the plate. 3 strikeouts in the first game yesterday. Another one right there. They've clearly got a great plan for how to deal with this guy right now.
Bader, the batter now, as he swings and misses for strike 1.
Now, this guy is just filling up the strike zone right now. Don't want to get yourself in an 0-2 hole. You better be ready to pull the trigger on the first pitch.
Bader started after it, tried to hold up. Now a look to first, and James.
I don't know if that was a swing.
Yanks held in check. They still find themselves down 6-0. Back now in Toronto. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Bo Bichette. Herman back to work. Next offering popped in the air, right field. Judge makes the catch, and there's one down.
The right fielder, number 4, George
Here's George Springer.
Springer.
Base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
First pitch swinging, went up there with a plan to be aggressive. That's a good sound coming off the bat, man. And as he connected out front and ripped it into the outfield, that's one of those swings where you just don't even feel the ball hit the barrel. That's a pure stroke.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. Grounder might be
crap.
over to Torres. Double play, and that'll do it for the inning. One hit in the inning, but nothing more than that. We're through 5. It's the Blue Jays 6 and the Yankees nothing.
If anybody wants to vote that hasn't voted, you can break the tie.
Top half of inning number 6. Here's the Yankees catcher now, Kyle Higashioka. Gosman back to work. On the ground to third. Chapman over to first in time.
Morning, Rosa.
Off man retired in the 6th.
Now batting, shortstop, Oswald Peraza.
Back to the top of the Yankees.
How are you today?
Oswald Peraza stepping in now for the Yankees.
Well, on the mound, very efficient, able to produce an outcome, it seems like, within the 3rd or 4th pitch of just about every at-bat.
0-2 as he waves at that one.
And it really looks
Going well, thank you.
been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider.
Really hot in BC right now, though. They
Stay there.
big
Pulled the string on the changeup. Up to the plate.
heat dome is over BC and Alberta, and I think Washington as well.
We're watching Johan Santana pitch, and when he was in his prime, you would see a lot of guys
Playing guitar, nice.
pulling that change up in the stands and then fouling the fastball the opposite field up into the stands.
Now 1-1.
Just could not get in sync and even guess right. When you talk about guessing in the game, it's really anticipation and sort of going with what the highest probability pitch, velocity, location at that point of the at-bat is.
The 1-2. Tapped softly on the ground. Chapman sends it across to first.
Got him.
That is that. 3 up, 3 down that time. 6, 7, 8, 2 in the bottom of the 6th. It's the Blue Jays 6 and the Yankees nothing. Bottom of the 6th. And here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk.
The catcher,
Chris, baseball today, so many strikeouts, and they are available to pitchers. But this is a guy that puts the bat on the ball and is kind of different from the players that we see day in, day out. In the air, right side.
Yeah, they
there's one away.
out quick there.
the batter, the third baseman, Matt.
And here is Matt Chapman. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit.
Up next for the Blue Jays,
Dalton Varsho getting ready to hit.
Dalton Varsho.
Ripped into right center, and that should be extra bases.
There we go.
2 consecutive base hits for these guys here. First pitch fastball in a great spot to do some damage, and he squared it up nicely.
Got a double.
2 on with 1 out. Kevin Kiermaier next up for the Blue Jays.
Hey, Kevin, home run.
Hitting last time, going to the opposite field.
And first offering is fouled off. Chapman on third. Varsho over at second with 1 down.
Perfect. So this is Kevin Kiermaier. Say yes if you think it's going out of the park, which would be his 100th home run. Or no if you think it's staying in the park. So I'll give 10 seconds for you to say yes if you think it's going out of the park, or no if you think it's not. So you can see who guesses correctly for those that guess. Stephanie saying yes. If anybody else wants to take a guess, if Rosa or anyone else here wants to guess, say yes or no. Think it's out of the park? Okay. So anybody else? I'll count it down from 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 1. We'll see if you guys are correct. This will be his 100th. Oh, Birdie's saying out. He's going out. So out of the park. So everybody's thinking it's going out. So let's see if it does. In which case it'll be his 100th home run in my game here. Not this season, but of his career, virtual career. It was. Oh, they got my other guy too. That wasn't out, unfortunately.
Trying to score with 2 outs, but the tag just gets him in time. They cut down the run to end the inning.
Too bad.
All set for the start of the inning. And now the right fielder, Aaron Judge.
The Aaron Judge here. This guy just signed a 9-year contract for $360 million.
Here comes a pitch.
The batter there.
And a big swing and a miss.
Tonight, his slider has been really impressive. I mean, tight spin. Seems like the hitters aren't picking it up out of the hand.
Next one is off the plate.
I guess you could say he fills the seats.
And now 1 and 2.
So I'm going to strike him out, hopefully.
The 1-2. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Swing and a miss.
Simply said, this guy's flailing at the plate right now. Just disconnected from head to toes in terms of the sink of his body. That's his 5th strikeout of the series, and we're just 2 games in. So hoping to see some kind of adjustment out of him. His at-bats are just a little tough to watch right now.
Stanton in the box again. Takes the strike.
Pretty amazing, his first pitch strike percentage, over 90%. You know you're getting something in this.
Oh, that was weirdly out.
Got to be ready to let it fly, even though he's had a lot of success on that first.
Good thing the batter wasn't over there.
Next offering is in for a strike.
How many pitches are we on? 66.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher on the same page right now.
2 outs, base is empty. Here's Gleyber Torres. And a foul ball. Righty delivers. And a foul ball. And down on strikes he goes. So he's gotten
There we go.
this game, and at least so far, not showing a ton of signs of fatigue.
Probably play him one more inning, and then I'll switch to a closer
Bottom of the 7th, and now the DH
for that pitcher.
And the right-hander back to work. Into center and a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee.
Next to hit, Santiago Espinal. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag.
When your catcher's not a
There we go.
you have to do a better job at controlling the running game, and that's throwing over, that's stepping off, doing whatever you can to try to keep that base stealer's rhythm.
Oh, that
They
base.
weren't able to do it right there. They're going to have to make some type of adjustment, or guys are going to be running all game.
Here comes the 0-1. That's to third. Zips it to first, and one away in the bottom of the 7th.
The batter, number 11. Shortstop.
See, they would have got a double play if I wouldn't have stole.
So up next, Bo Bichette. Singy, he's got a history of coming through into big spots. I know I like to talk about, I'm not sure whether clutch actually exists, but you look at the numbers, and this guy always seems to deliver in those spots. Lined into right. And Bichette is retired. Runner tags up for third. The tag
Oh, they got him.
is out number 3, inning over.
Exciting play and a great throw to third for the double play, but man, there's just no reason to try to move up to third right there. Not great base running to end the inning.
I guess usually he's fast enough, but
Welcome back. We go to
not
the
that
eighth.
time, I guess.
Rizzo steps to the plate. And here it comes. Foul ball.
Guess the guy over there was a good thrower.
Not close with that one. Now 1-2. Gosman into his 8th inning of work. Singy, he's been good.
Yeah,
Probably warm up my closer.
Left-hand batter waits. Swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes for the 3rd straight at bat.
well, they've had a great plan of attack for him tonight. I mean, finding all the holes in his swing and his approach, just frustrating for him up there. You strike out a guy 3 times in a game, I think that guy's got to go back and really study some video with his hitting coach, figure out how they're beating him, make this adjustment really quick, because word will get around the league in a hurry.
And that one fouled off. Yo one. And that one is in for a strike.
Man, he is just dialed in right now. Every pitch thrown with so much conviction.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
Got him.
Right now he's in cruise control, autopilot, just dominating these hitters. It doesn't look like it's a fun at bat. And all of a sudden, you become in awe of this guy on the mound. Somebody's got to break this thing up. That's 5 straight strikeouts. Got to put a ball in play.
Harrison Bader digs in now. His righty-lefty splits there. And first offering is fouled off. At the belt and fires. Good eye in that spot.
Well, as good as things can be, it can be a tough day at the office, even for the skippers. Seeing the offense just sputter, not able to get anything going.
1-1 now. And a foul ball.
Either using tough day at the office there too.
1-2 here. He swings and hits a fly ball, center field. Kiermaier makes the grab, and that's the inning. So the Yanks go in order. Still up against a 6-0 deficit. Back here at the ballpark, here's George Springer to start it off.
No matter what, you're playing this kind of rival, take your game to another level.
And a pitch. Puts it in the air out.
That's way up in the air, that one.
takes care of Springer. One away.
Now batting, the first baseman.
So digging in, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. There's a strike.
Oh, I missed.
They're guessing on the first pitch. It was going to sell out to it. Didn't make any contact, though.
High in the air, out
That's
to
pretty
right.
decent.
Getting an angle on it. That's out.
Oh, he caught it.
Now batting, catcher.
Alejandro Kirk next up for the Blue Jays. A guy who makes an impact not just at the plate, but also in the field. That's to third.
No, 3 quick outs. 1, 2, 3.
Fires over to first. That's the inning. Looks like he's heading back out for the 9th as he'll go for the shutout when we get.
I thought I scheduled in.
Here comes the closer here in the 9th, Jordan Romano.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
Now the catcher up to hit, Kyle Higashioka. And a little something extra at stake in this at-bat as he's hitless so far with his hitting streak in jeopardy. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Romano. An all-star.
We're gonna ruin his hitting
He
streak.
features a slider, a 4-seamer, and he works in a 2-seamer. And a swing and a miss.
Two really good back-to-back sliders. Now in an 0-2 count. He's feeling real confident about finishing this hitter off. He can go anywhere he wants.
The 1-2.
Couple sliders away, gets that hitter to really start looking and even leaning out over the plate. Very susceptible for the 2-seamer here. Let's see what he throws.
Swings through it for the K. Blew the express right by his bat for strike 3.
Now batting.
And the batter now, Oswald Peraza.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game. And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1.
But this guy's definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out every single time, never takes a break. It's guys like that, even though they don't have the elite speed, the fact that they're consistent with it, they make moves on the base paths.
Goes down looking.
Got him.
Some thinking to do when he leaves the ballpark after this one. That was his 3rd strikeout, and this one looking obviously, so he's been a little overmatched. He's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate.
LeMahieu in the box here lets that one go for a ball. Next offering is fouled back. And now 2 balls and a strike.
I can't play around with him here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters even if you give up a solo shot.
Two now. And a swing and a miss.
There we go. We got him.
The ball game.
Another day, another win. I really think these guys have forgotten how to lose a ball game. It's been so long since they've lost. I really don't know what else to say. They're just a can't-miss ball club right now.
6-0 is how this one ends. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.
GG.
tonight. First for the victorious Blue Jays.
All right, look at that record. Pretty impressive. So we are 42-0. I'm going to wrap for the night, though. I'm getting a little bit tired in my eyes. You know, I don't want my eyes to get all too tired because then they get strained, right? So that'll be good for now. If you haven't followed yet, please do so. If you want to check out my YouTube, link is in the video description. Follow that as well to see my New Orleans trip and other stuff. So thank you for whatever role you played today. Those who shared. Kevin with the stars earlier. Most recent chatter. Stephanie, Rosa, Birdie. Maverick was here. Kevin was here. If you're wondering about the poll, it was a close one. It was way closer than I thought it was going to be for a while there. Blue pill, 10 million cash, got picked by 56%. Red pill got picked by 44%. So there you go. That's kind of interesting. Different pluses and minuses to each of those options, I think. We'll put the full results in Discord. And thank you again for being here. Good night.